If you got family and friends in Charleston, that is going to move through quite quickly. You see northeast at 21 miles per hour, picking up speed as we are heading through this evening. For our criteria, the reason that we do not have a heat advisory today is our heat index and our air temperatures are not expected to be as high as they need to be. So for the heat index, it needs to be 108. For the air temperature, that forecast needs to be at 103 or above. So for today's forecast, we are expecting triple digits, just not 103 degrees, just 100 degrees for the Austin metro.
All the rain we've seen over the last couple of days. Here with us now is Grace Thornton. Grace, how are the conditions looking right now?
Yeah, so currently, Adam, we do have 2 flash flood warnings ongoing in our viewing area. One of them is up to the north of Austin, north and west of Austin. That includes Burnett County, Williamson County, and then, of course, those northwestern portions of Travis County. This exact area saw upwards of 15 inches of rain throughout the past 2 days. And now we're looking at this storm moving on through. This has rainfall rates potentially of up to 2 or 3 inches per hour. On that signature where you see that little bright green as well as those bright red signatures, this is where we're seeing the possibility of rotation start to form. This tornado warning continues until 7 p.m. and it's also within our severe thunderstorm warning that lasts until 7:30 p.m. So continuing to make its way towards the north and east. Bayou George to the south and east of Bayou George now. That's kind of where we're seeing that couplet. 16 degrees this morning so far. Old record 19 degrees set back in 1944. So it is certainly cold out there. We can actually say the coldest it has ever been on this date. Winter weather alerts spanning all across Texas this morning. So here's kind of a look at those tropical rain impacts. Going to remain pretty isolated to scattered on those central and western sides. However, I think widespread to heavy rain can definitely be expected for those far eastern counties. I mean, look at this gradient. You'll see very green over towards the west and then really takes a kick up over towards the east there.
Hey Grace, being a big Ravens fan, is there something like you do and you have any kind of superstitions to make sure they get a win?
Well, I wear purple, and usually in Baltimore we have what's called Purple Fridays. Everybody who goes into the office wears purple to root for their Ravens, and I tried to do that today. However, I forgot my purple dress at home, so tomorrow will be my day for the purple. Dry to extremely dry conditions. We're going to continue to see that gradual downgrade. Of course, that makes a lot of sense, but even if we continue to get a lot of rainfall over the next couple of months with those wet conditions, we're not going to see it rise too much further. Right now, I'm in St. Andrews Bay, and I've just kind of been watching a lot of these rain shafts move around me. Thankfully, I haven't gotten hit with any rainfall, actually just a few drops right now, but we are under a specialized risk, a moderate risk for flooding specifically today. Over towards the Gulf of Mexico, we've had no issues with tropical system formation here on our side of the map. Obviously, we're tracking Francine right now. We've had some lows make it into Mexico.
There we go. We have some crickets.
It's cricket season.
We have some crickets in here. He must have smelt that ham sandwich I had for dinner.
We've got the Roots and Wings Festival happening here at Zilker Park this morning, starting at 10 a.m. all about monarch butterflies and their migrations. We're going to talk to an expert a little bit later on in the show. Adam?
Can't wait to hear it. Grace, thanks so much.
Out there, I need to ask her about this.
Wait, yeah, is she into this?
That's crazy. That almost was like too high speed for all the people who were around.
The people were standing so close. I'm like grabbing you.
Scared.
Those hot dogs, alcohol, fireworks, baseball were there.
America!
America! That's how I feel looking at all of us. I feel like we're the 4th of July and this red sandwich. When is it going to rain? Drum roll, please. Grace, what is going on over there?
Good morning, everyone. We are tracking even some rain this morning. It's a little bit of a surprise, but we'll take it. We'll take anything we can get. As for temperatures, certainly warm to start off our Tuesday, 73 in Austin, and that kind of tongue of warm air goes all the way up into Dallas and even spreads up into Oklahoma and Kansas this morning. All the way up to Chicago, waking up at 69 degrees right now. I remember last week they were waking up to 32 degrees, so they certainly have some crazy weather up there. I know we think we've got some crazy weather, but we're doing just fine for right now. All right, a very cloudy look outside this morning, a nice glow to the city there. We've got low-level clouds kind of moving in off the coastline. Those temperatures certainly warm and humidity at 90%. It is a little bit muggy out there, especially towards our south and east end. However, you'll remember that we were tracking fog yesterday, so why aren't we tracking fog today? Now, it all has to do with our wind speeds. Now, we certainly have a lot of saturated air. However, wind speeds are just a little bit too high today to cause for that mixing that those calm winds cause when we do see fog in our area. However, we are seeing a little bit of rainfall. Let's zoom on in because it is a little bit hard to see. Zooming into Corpus Christi, you can see these showers just kind of streaming in from the coastline from those south and easterly winds. Looking closer to home towards Austin, most of those showers are down towards that southern area this morning, but obviously not very heavy rainfall. It's not going to be a downpour that you need to pay attention too closely to this morning. As we head through 8 a.m., 9 a.m., even 10 a.m., likely to see these showers just kind of pass on by very quickly, and then by this afternoon we'll be seeing much drier conditions and likely some breaks of sunshine out there, topping off those temperatures in the mid to even upper 80s. Now for our Halloween forecast, yes, this is when the chance for showers and storms really kicks up to about 50 to 60% chances for Thursday morning. So starting Wednesday evening, we'll be tracking some clouds out there as well as humid conditions, maybe a couple of spot showers ahead of the cold front, but heading into Thursday morning, starting at about 5:30 a.m., that's when that cold front starts to knock on the door of the hill country out here. Moving across mostly the north and then northeastern sides, you'll see that activity kind of shifting across Milam County and Williamson County by 10 a.m. And then as we head towards the afternoon, we get that big shift of that northerly flow out there. That's going to cool us down as we head into Thursday afternoon, probably topping out in the lower 80s as opposed to the upper 80s that we're seeing for the first half of this week. And also with those storms, we just want to note really quickly that we do have a marginal risk for maybe some severe weather for the areas where that activity is going to pass over. All right, allergy count for today, low for most of our allergens, medium for mold, and our 7-day forecast. Of course, we've got a lot of activity the next 48 hours or so. And then as we head towards this weekend, lower temperatures and again, daylight saving time, just one thing after another.
Just throw that into the mix. Look at that 7-day, quite a difference. Thank you, Grace.